This is Craig Miller, Director of Star Wars Fan Relations, and you are listening to Studio 2009, only on the Geekcast Radio Network.
It's a different kind of mission. Welcome to the rebellion.
There is nothing wrong with your podcast player. Do not attempt to adjust the volume. Hello and welcome back into our studio. You are now inside Studio 2009. I am, of course, TFG1Mike, and joining me once again, as always, welcoming back Mr. Dave Draper. Hi, Dave. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I have friends everywhere.
Yes, you have friends everywhere. Friends all over the galaxy. That's right. A galaxy of friends. We're here, and we are no longer waiting.
He doesn't know people because he hasn't seen the episode.
Yeah, then. But I like that. I like not knowing. I like going into it fresh. I like being surprised.
I went into it not knowing because I watched it when it happened.
Yes.
So the internet is a horrible, horrible place that will ruin stuff for you for their own twisted amusement.
All right, folks. Rip. I just ripped the curtain back. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure because Dave and I have known each other for about 14 or 15 years now. I was born with brain damage. I don't think Dave was born with brain damage, but I know I was. And half the time, I don't remember what happened to me 25 minutes ago. Let alone.
I mean, I think that's a thing that you get to a certain age, and that just
no, it's not. No. Yeah. Generally, I would agree with you if certain events had not come to light for me 7 years ago with my brain, but like I don't. That's why spoilers don't affect me.
I'm not saying that. I'm not dismissing what you have. What I'm saying is, for like at least a decade, I'm one of those people that can walk into a room and be like, why did I walk into this room? What was it? Like I literally will celebrate if I can remember what I play. Like I will pick up my phone or my tablet and be like, okay, I want to look this thing up. And then you see something else and you get distracted for 2 seconds, and then you're like, wait, what was I looking for? And I don't know that I had brain damage per se. I do know that my mother was very fond of laughing about the fact that when she was pregnant with me, it was before they knew that drinking and smoking was bad for babies. She thought this was hilarious.
That's not funny.
Yeah, no, as the recipient of all that, it was not particularly humorous to me.
No, not humorous.
So I have, no idea, like what kind of I'm dealing with.
Same thing with me. But the thing with me is though, like for me, I like for. Specifically, if I'm just watching something to watch it,
was joking with you.
No. I understand that, but I want the audience to understand. Like for me, I can't, and I think I've mentioned this before in the last 17 years that I've been podcasting. I cannot watch something brand new to me just to watch it and then to rewatch it again and to podcast about it later. I watch things to podcast about them. So I have to have, I'm not one of those people that can wait a week for 3 episodes or wait a week for 1 episode. Netflix ruined me on that back in 2008, 2009 when they're like, here's 26 episodes all at once. Binge, bitch. And I'm like, okay, I'll binge. I binge. I don't wait. So I will wait to binge. That's what I wait on. So I waited until all 12 episodes of Andor Season 2 were on Disney Plus because I was not, and if somebody out there on the internet does half the time I've curated my social media to the point where I don't see half that crap. And if I did see it, I probably wouldn't remember it at this point. So I like going into it fresh because I like having the fresh, oh my God, reaction to it. So today,
that's fair, but like this one was, as you know, if you've listened to the previous episode or a lot of the Star Wars related episodes, this was my big thing for this year. Like more than any other movie or TV show, this was the thing I was looking forward to the most.
Yep.
So yeah, there was no way I was going to have the self-control to wait.
And I understand that, and I respect it. So we head once again to a galaxy far, far away as we continue on in the 12 months of Star Wars Spotlight here inside Studio 2009. Now, just because it says a 12 months of Star Wars Spotlight, folks, doesn't mean it's going to be January to December. It could be May to whatever. It's just what the Spotlight is called. Hopefully we will get 12 months of content out of it. Sometimes we won't. Yeah, usually we do. I usually try our best to, make sure we get enough out of it to make it usually the 12 months, and we usually will. And there's going to be plenty of stuff because I know I can.
We did episodes on each of the. There are 11 movies.
Yes.
So I mean that's 11. That's and then we did the soundtracks and we did a bunch of the show. Yeah, we've. If you listen to one a month, like we've got maybe 2 years worth of stuff.
Oh yeah, and we haven't even. I don't even think we've touched Mando yet.
We did.
Did we do Mando? We've done some. Okay, I don't remember.
We've done.
That's right.
Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, I don't think we did. We haven't. No, we haven't done Skeleton Crew yet because I haven't watched it yet. I remember that. We don't remind me.
Yeah, well, that's one of those like if someone wants to like generously donate a bunch of money.
Yeah,
and Mike's willing to split it. I'll consider it.
Yeah. No, we did it.
We did not do Acolyte.
Yes, we did.
I never watched Acolyte.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, I know what it was. I did a. Yeah.
You did your own.
Yeah.
You went rogue.
Yeah.
You went Rogue One, bringing us back to the subject of Cassian Andor.
Absolutely, Andor season 2, and holy crap! Oh boy. Because it's been a year since the first season, or a year since we covered the first season, I almost completely forgot about half, other than Bix and B2 and Cassian himself and Mon Mothma, because no one can never forget Mon Mothma. I completely forgot half the other characters. I'm like, who the hell is that? That's who that. Oh, right. Like, what's his name? Literally, I kid you not.
There are a lot of characters.
You were gonna scold the hell out of me for this.
No, I'm not.
The general dude that's the big. I think is it Fennec?
Yeah.
Not
the guy from Rogue One.
Yes,
Krennic. Yeah, Orson Krennic.
Yeah, Krennic. I thought that was a non-blue skinned
Thrawn.
Yes.
Wow.
For half a second, it's just the way he's in one of these first 3 episodes, and then in this first arc, just one of the ways he spoke to one of the other people. I was like, "Wait, is that he doesn't have his blue skin on? What the? Oh, right, that's not okay.
Yeah.
That's like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Like,
he took a shower and left. He forgot to put his skin back on.
Yeah, it's like
there is something interesting about Krennic this season. Well, first of all, he's in it because he wasn't in season 1. And second, one of the things he talked about was the whole reason he did this is because in Rogue One, he's kind of inferior to all the characters he interacts with. He interacts with Tarkin and Vader, and he's kind of subordinate. Whereas in Andor, he's the guy at the top of the food chain. So it is interesting, like, and watching it in order, it is interesting because he if you watch Andor season 2 and then Rogue One. He's at the top of the food chain, and then suddenly he there's always a bigger fish, as they say in Star Wars. So it is interesting that his behavior, his mannerisms, so you get to see him both with inferiors and superiors, and how he does not like not being the superior.
Yeah. Yes. Oh boy. All right. So where do we want to start with this? Obviously, we start with the first episode. We pick up 1 year later. So who do we have working on Andor? Let's see. I want to make sure I have this right just because I want to make sure. Yeah, it's Tony Gilroy. Yeah. Yep. Which absolutely love him. Love his.
He did a fantastic job, and he came in to clean up Rogue One. Like, it was originally Gareth Edwards,
right?
And then he kind of came in and did like a second twist on it.
Yep.
It's hard to say what was his and what was Edwards, but he did all of Andor. So.
Yep. And the first three, so the first 3 episodes were all written by Tony Gilroy. I think the first 3 episodes were written by him. The second 3 episodes were written by Dan Gilroy. I don't want to assume that's his brother.
I think it's his brother. I think it is.
Okay.
I think I've read that somewhere.
Okay, I could be a cousin, could be what, I don't know. I didn't want to assume, but I don't know. So the reason why I'm saying this is because maybe and you'll remind me because you are the Star Wars encyclopedia between the two of us. In Rogue One, is that where the TIE Avenger first debuted, or did it first debut in Andor?
I think it debuted in Rebels.
Okay. Because I'm trying to remember.
I don't think it's ever appeared. The Avenger has never appeared in live action that I know of
until now.
Until now.
Okay.
I was a little disappointed because I was like, why couldn't it be the Defender? Because then maybe Hasbro would make one. And apparently the Defender showed up in Rebels. And I was like, they didn't make... Why? Because the Defender is... And I think the Avenger 2 is also from a video game, TIE Fighter. I know the Defender is. Because the Defender is like the ship that you want when you're a TIE Fighter pilot. It's beautiful. It's got shields. Yeah. So we start with this. We start on planet Sinier, which I didn't know was a planet. I knew there was a company called Sinier Fleet Systems who make the TIE Fighters.
Right.
Apparently, they're called that because they're on the planet Sinier. I would say Sinier, and they are building the TIE Avenger as a prototype. And from what I've read from the Uber nerds, you call me an encyclopedia, man. I'm more like a Wikipedia. Well, no, I'm not a Wikipedia, but
okay.
We discussed this with the Servants in the Force. I'm like a middleman when it comes to Star Wars autism. According to the Uber nerds, the Avenger that appears in Andor is much more heavily armed than has canonically appeared in whatever cartoon or video game they appeared in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's got missiles on the wings. It's got Gatling guns. It's got a weird little drop-down
laser
Star Trek phaser thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we start off. Andor is on Sinier, planning to be a test pilot, and there's a tech who's like running some final check for the night of the thing, and she's in on it.
Yep.
She's the one that she's like the contact there. So they have a very sweet little scene together. And that's people complain that the first arc doesn't really connect. You can skip it. It's not as good as the rest of it. But I kind of disagree. I think it kind of sets a lot of the themes. Like, and part of it is that Andor is a guy who still cares about people.
Yeah.
Which will contrast with Luthen.
Right.
And so he's trying to, encourage her to, he's trying to keep her spirits up and tell her, and she has a line that hits below the belt for me, which is, promise me it's going to be worth it. Because I've seen the sequel trilogy. So it's like every time they say it's worth it, it's like, no, it's not. You failed. You fumbled the ball. But in my stubborn, autistic little those don't count. No. I'm not listening to you. Where the series ends after Mandalorian season 2, it did count. It was worth it.
It was worth it. That's right. But because I don't. So I watched Rebels years ago now. I'm going to rewatch it at some point so we can cover it over on Tooncast at some point, maybe this year. I don't know when, but when I saw the ship, I was like, "Oh, interesting! A TIE fighter that actually look. I love the original TIE fighters. They look imposing as hell, but this thing is like TIE fighter on steroids, like you said. I mean, it's a beast. It's like, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what that, like, I know it's a TIE fighter, but what did it, and I look at TIE Fighter Avenger. Oh, Disney, Marvel crossover. I wonder what multicolor thing they could make that. No, I know, but I'm just saying, they would do that at some point to try to cross it over. They got to make that money.
Well, they should have made it a Defender and then made the toy. I would have bought it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, like I think some of it is, again, the video I saw about this, the guy was saying that because it's a prototype, it's a little more, what's the word they use in the car industry? It's a little more feature laden than the production models would be, because the whole point of a TIE fighter is it's cheap.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of them. Yep. You just throw 1 billion of them at the enemy. But yeah, like this probably would be a little more expensive. This is a little luxury car. This is like the Lamborghini.
Cadillac. Yeah.
This is the Lamborghini, whereas you're used to Yugos.
Yeah. The first thing that pops into my head is this is the Cadillac of TIE fighters, and next thing that pops into my head is an old Robin Williams movie, Cadillac, man. I wonder how well Robin's character from that movie would sell that TIE fighter. Oh boy. But getting back to Andor here. Yeah, these first 3 episodes,
we start with TIE Fighter Heist, which is kind of like, to me, it's almost, I was very cynical about it because it's like, everyone complained about the first season being slow and boring, and it starts off with a TIE Fighter heist, and he's fighting TIE Fighters, and zip zap, and spaceships, and pew-pow, and ooh, look, action, shiny things, jingle keys.
Yep.
Like, okay. I mean, it was still kind of cool, but like, okay.
It was very cool.
And the whole thing is this thing is so weird and new and prototypical that when he gets in the thing, he doesn't know how to fly it.
No, like nobody knows how to fly.
Seat.
Yep.
There's no seat. And he's like, what the hell? Where do I sit? And he finally gets the seat to deploy. And then when he tries to, like,
weird.
And when he tries to, like, fly it, he does it as someone who's played, Star Wars games. I know full well you push one way and the ship goes backwards. I've done that. I was completely sympathetic to that. And we got some range troopers from Solo. Yeah, the guys in the furry stormtrooper outfits, and they were the guys with a rocket launcher, which is weird because there's a stormtrooper with a rocket launcher figure coming up soon, but he's not a range trooper. So I was like, oh, but yeah, he steals the thing, and he kind of is flying around in canyons, being chased by TIE fighters, and finally he gets rid of them, gets up, and goes into hyperspace.
Yep.
And the other big story arc that early bit is the wedding for Mothma's daughter.
Yep.
Which is the whole thing.
Which is a whole thing that I.
Well, it's all about the sacrifice. It's all about the sacrifice she made. She literally sacrificed her daughter for the rebellion.
Yeah.
And at one point, there's this whole elaborate marriage custom on Chandrilia, and it's like a 3-day affair. And the guy from last season, the banker guy, Tay, who's her childhood friend, who helped her kind of move around funds and helped her cover the fact that she's giving all this money to the rebellion. His life has not been going very well lately, partly because the rebellion has screwed up his investments.
Yeah. And
ironically, as we're recording this, there's a little thing at the bottom of the computer screen which is giving me updates on my investments, and it's like, oh,
whoops,
I have regrets.
Yeah.
But and he's drunk all the time. His wife left him, and it's implied that he's hitting her up for money. So, and at the same time, the father of the groom, who's a Chandrilian gangster, has brought Luthen to the wedding. Because Luthen's cover is that he's an antiques dealer. So he brings like this super rare antique as part of a gift for the couple. And part of it is she's really freaked out and upset because here her friend Tay is like having financial disaster, and he's witnessing this huge party and like all these expensive things and this rare priceless statue that's being given to them. And it's kind of hard for him not to be bitter and screwed up and drunk. And Luthen's a little worried that Tay's going to screw things up for them because he's become unstable. So there is a lot going. It's really focused on the price that she is paying to do the things she's doing within the system and not get caught. And there's even a moment. There's a couple moments where her daughter has issues, and she goes to comfort her, and then later, like right before the big moment where they've got to commit, where they've got the wedding ceremony. I'm jumping around in episodes, but Mon Mothma basically tells her, "Look, we don't have to do this. You can break it off. I will understand." And of course, the daughter has been this whole thing about tradition, and very kind of hardcore, old school thing, and she's just like, Mothma's like, my mom was drunk and tried to screw up my thing, and I wish I'd listened to her. And she's like, I wish you were. And the daughter says, I wish you were drunk, and like really coldly. So she goes through with it.
She does.
Part of the Chandrillian wedding tradition is to steal a knife from a guy. I give you this knife. I will not give you the knife back. Okay.
Some of my notes throughout the 3 episodes. For episode 1, like I said before, that ship is the best TIE fighter that there has ever been.
No, lies. You've never
on screen. Okay.
In live action, I'll give you that because we've never seen a Defender yet in live action.
Yeah. On
Defender
screen live action, this is the best we've ever seen. When he lands to find his friend on whichever moon planet, the jungle planet.
Did you get the reference?
For the jungle planet, you mean?
The jungle planet, yeah.
Isn't it supposed to be? Oh god, it's not. Well, Eucharis isn't Transformers, so it can't be that. What is it? I forget.
It's Yavin.
It is Yavin.
Yavin.
Okay.
It's the place where they're going to build the rebel base later, but they're not there yet.
Wait, so
that's the whole point. That's the whole point of him when he
right.
Okay. Like when his whole thing is he's supposed to transfer the TIE Avenger,
the TIE fighter to the guy.
With another guy. He's supposed to switch with another guy and then go home on his ship.
Yep.
For the first season. But when he lands, he sees that his ship has been screwed up, it's been damaged, and he can't find the guy. Yep. It turns out there's a group of rebels from a different faction.
Yep. The
My Pei faction.
Yeah, the My Pei. Yep.
He's heard of it, but My Pei has been killed. Apparently, I still I've seen this thing twice, and like I still never got the full story. But like something went wrong, and they managed to escape, and they crashed on this planet. So, and they think he's an Imperial test pilot. Because the whole point is these guys are kind of stupid and leaderless. And, they've been trapped there for 2 days, which is a great moment. He's like, "How do you know we've been here for 2 days?" It's like, "Because you weren't here when I was here 3 days ago."
Exactly.
They don't have any food, and they don't have and they're just like he does everything he can to keep them alive as long as they treat him as a prisoner and treat him like crap. He's like, "It's raining right now. You should collect water while you can."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But the group fractures and turn on each other because they have no way to get off. Because the whole thing is the TIE fighter's not big enough to hold. It's actually unusually roomy for a TIE fighter. Yeah. It can hold like 3 or 4 people, but there's like a dozen of them.
Yep.
They also don't have anybody who can pilot the thing because Andor can barely pilot the thing.
Yeah, exactly. And the funny thing is, like, I thought they got caught. I thought stormtroopers landed. When I was watching... No, seriously, I thought they got caught. I didn't realize it was going to be what it was. This whole time that they ended up going against each other and splitting apart and becoming 2 factions and whatever else, and they just, North versus South and all that and whatever else, and we're supposed to all be on the same.
Up in Andor's old ship, and that's the faction that has Andor as a prisoner. The other factions pulled up in the TIE fighter.
In the TIE fighter, right. But at one point, I thought, because it was dark and whatever, I thought they were all running from something that had shown up.
There was a giant local Yavin monster. I actually checked my books. He's not in any of them.
Okay.
I could find.
Right. But what I'm saying is I thought the blast that came from when the Yavin monster showed up, I didn't think it was a damn monster. I thought it was a fucking stormtrooper. I thought the Empire showed up at the time when that first blast came off from one of the rebels. I didn't realize it was a rebel that did the first shot. I didn't realize it was that. I thought it was that they got caught. So when I finally realized, they turned on themselves. We're all on the same. Like, they keep asking Andor, whose side are you on? Who are you with? Blah, 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 blah. He keeps saying, the rebellion. What rebellion? What other rebellion is like...
Which rebellion?
There's only one rebellion.
No, there's not.
Really?
Oh my God, you've missed the entire point of the first and second season. There are multiple factions.
Oh, all right. Well, yes, there are.
Okay, you know it's called the Rebel Alliance.
Yes.
Part of this season is about the alliance becoming an alliance. An alliance means a group of people who came together.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
Well, okay. But right now they're not the Rebel Alliance. They're the My Pei faction. They're the Saw Gerrera faction.
Yeah.
They're and Luthen has been like supplying and dealing with all these factions. And part of it is that they got to come together under a single leadership.
And they haven't done that yet.
They haven't done that yet.
Okay. See, I guess I kept jumping ahead in my brain where it's like, but
you're not the only one. I've had friends who have been like, "What's going on with this?" It's like this is why I'm used to it. It's the Rebel Alliance, but the Alliance isn't the Alliance yet. It's just a bunch of guys.
Yeah,
that's the whole point. That's the whole point of the sequence is that the Alliance isn't the Alliance yet. It's a bunch of guys, and they don't have leadership.
Yeah, one of the things I like about the first 2 episodes is the endings of the constant escapes he does.
Yeah,
at the end of each one. Like that's the episode one especially, like that left me like, oh, wow. Like I was on the edge of my seat with that. The second one was okay. It was good. It wasn't as good as the first episode.
The point is, like, you're supposed to go, wow. You see the temple.
Yeah,
Star Wars fanboy, you're supposed to go, oh, it was Yavin all along.
Yeah, it was Yavin all along. But did we... weren't we on the... Okay, so I know we were on the moon of Endor. Weren't we on a moon of Yavin at the time?
Yeah, Yavin 4, the fourth moon.
Yeah, we were on Yavin 4, but we were never on Yavin itself until now.
Yavin's a gas giant.
Yeah. So then what?
Okay, I'm using terminology a little loosely.
Okay, I understand. I'm just trying to yeah, that's fine. I just want to make sure I'm got it right because I want to make That's
Yavin 4, the fourth moon of Yavin.
Okay. That's what I thought. Okay.
Yavin. That's the whole ending of Star Wars is they got to get around the gas giant.
They got to get around the Yep. Got it. But no, this first arc there was only like
and we still haven't talked about like the third thing are the survivors from Ferrix, minus the weird preacher, or not preacher, but like cleric lady who went with them because she's gone. Yeah, but they've been transferred to some little agricultural planet, which made me think of stupid Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon, because it was obsessed with grain, and the grain planet, and that's where they all live. And there's kind of a little bit about refugee labor, and then the Imperials are starting to crack down because because the Empire's cracking down. And so they're like they're not safe where they're at. So they've got to like move, but they've kind of gotten comfortable there. The young guy, Willman, has he's the guy from the first season who threw the bomb, hit the crate of grenades.
Oh yeah.
He's one of the best moments of that season. That guy, that's the kid. And he's hooking up with a local girl. And Barrasso, who is Andor's buddy, has a girlfriend. And even Bimo has like a little yellow robot that he likes to play catch with, or not catch, tag with. But they're trying to move around to avoid being caught because they don't have any paperwork. They're illegal immigrants, basically, literally.
Essentially, yeah.
It's interesting because there's a scene that has like really divided the fandom and caused some confusion, which is the Empire finally shows up and causes all kinds of trouble. And there's this whole other thing that we may or may not talk about in a minute. But Barrasso gets caught, and there's a local farmer guy that's been helping them. And Barrasso suddenly starts yelling at him in front of the stormtroopers, "I can't believe you stole this out, you son of a bitch! I'm going to come back and I'm going to get you!" And I don't think some people are like, oh my God, that guy sold him out. And it's like, no, Brasso's lying. He's covering the farmer guy doesn't get in trouble. And I don't think people get that. I think they're like, oh my God, he sold him out. What a jerk. It's like, no, he's saying that so that the guy that's been helping them won't get in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And the whole thing is they've been waiting for Cassian to come back, and Cassian hasn't come back yet because he's been trapped on Yavin by these schmucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then there's the other thing, I guess, which everybody, like, it definitely, after those first episodes aired, was all anybody wanted to talk about. And, I mean, are we allowed to use Are we allowed to use grown-up words on this podcast?
Oh yes. This is explicit.
Or just Facebook rules.
Okay. No. This is explicit. Hello, everyone. It is I, TFG1Mike, coming to you in the middle of this podcast episode to let you know that what myself and Dave Draper are going to talk about is the rape stuff that happened in Andor Season 2. It is we don't talk about it very long, but I just wanted to let you know that this is an explicit podcast. We talk about everything. We are all adults here. So, just wanted to clear the air here and let y'all know that this is an explicit podcast and we will talk about certain topics. And again, we don't spend too much time on it, but if it happens in certain things that we watch, we will discuss it because it is part of the character's journey. It's part of Bix's journey in Andor. So that's what is coming up right now in this part of the discussion. You have been warned. If you choose not to listen to it, you can probably either stop the podcast or you can fast forward maybe a minute and a half, maybe a little bit longer than that. I'm not sure. But in the editing of this episode, I wanted to throw this little clip in here just to let y'all know. And I know Dave and I have said this in the clip, but I wanted to throw this extra bit in here as I'm editing this to let you know. Thanks for listening as always. Y'all are amazing. We love y'all and we love podcasting for ourselves and for you guys who listen to our podcasts here at the Geekcast Radio Network. On with the show.
So the word and the concept of rape is now officially in Star Wars, and it was brought to you by the good people at Disney.
Yeah,
there's a Imperial lieutenant who likes Bix a little too much, and he's a little creepy. And first he's a little creepy, and then when he comes back, he goes full on sexual assault. And
I was hoping that was not going to be a thing. I was really hoping.
Yeah, me too.
That
I was like, it was enough that they implied he was being creepy about it. I thought.
Yeah.
But fortunately, I mean, Bix has still got scars from last season. She does not tolerate this nonsense. She
does not.
She messes him up, and then when his driver shows up, he's like, "You killed him." She says he tried to rape me. And the actual word is now a part of the Star Wars canon. And it's interesting. The most interesting thing I saw about this was a panel of guys talking about, like, oh, this blah, blah, blah. And they're like, they should have used a Star Wars word for it. Like in Battlestar Galactica, they use frack instead of fuck. And it was funny because there was one woman on the panel and she kept quiet through the whole discussion. And finally at the very end, she's like, look, I'm glad they didn't use some cute Star Wars word for what it was. I'm glad they called it what it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, okay. Well, I mean, I still like it's a thing that people pointed out that it's kind of implied with the scene with Jabba and Princess Leia that there was creepy, unwanted stuff. I think the thing with Star Wars is that it's one thing to imply it; it's another thing to like just go full bore. I do sort of think that maybe Andor went a little full bore, but once they did, you couldn't shy away from it.
Yeah, once they did, you could not. Once they opened that door, they couldn't close it, and they had to do it in a real world kind of way. You couldn't Star Wars your way out of that, and I'm glad they didn't. At the same time,
it feels weird and inappropriate.
It feels very weird and inappropriate, and I am, ladies and gentlemen, even though you're hearing this now in the middle of the podcast, I will be putting a warning pre-recorded thing at the beginning of the podcast about this, because I honestly think that episode should have had, like, that episode did not have anything on Disney Plus. Usually some of the streaming services and stuff, if episodes
it's Disney
have
Plus. It's
no,
you know,
I don't.
But it's Disney. I mean, you don't expect, you know, it's not like HBO, which is known for being family friendly with its shows like Game of Thrones. It's Disney, where you expect that kind of filth.
No, but
Adult
I don't
situations.
I don't care what streaming service. I don't care what platform. I don't care what movie studio, television studio, whatever. Every time there are uncomfortable situations or whatever, I have always seen some sort of something before the program to warn people, just in case. Hence why there is the movie rating system. That's why there is the TV rating system, just to give people a warning. I was being facetious. I understand you weren't disagreeing, and I understand you were trying to be funny with it. I get it, but it's one of those things where, like, I can't believe they did that. I can't
believe they did it. Like, it's so mind blowing, because it's Star Wars #1.
Yeah,
has been brought, and I said it before. I'll say it again. Brought to you by Disney.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, like, okay, Game of Thrones, yeah. Star Wars and Disney? No.
But, I mean, Dave, so man, weird. I mean...
And for the record, I think they handled it as well as you could handle it. They probably should have put a warning on. I do kind of agree with that. But, like, it's just mind-blowing. Like, that this is a whole thing that we're talking about. Thanks to the good people at Disney. The company with the mouse and the cruise lines and the, you know, family, and it's like, wow.
Yeah. I think my biggest thing with Disney is now, specifically Disney Plus, is they don't, like, and I'm sure, and I don't know because I'm not a parent, I don't have children. I don't know how parental controls work on the thing because I don't use.
I think most parents don't know.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, like, I know you can activate a profile on Disney Plus that has, like, a kid's version of a profile, but how my profile as an adult male pops up is, it's not, like, the first thing is Tucci in Italy, The Simpsons, Super Kitties, which is all kitties stuff. Like, this is kid, like, okay, Tucci in Italy isn't kid stuff, but Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, like, because Disney now owns the entirety of most end of the entertainment stuff that Warner Brothers doesn't own or whatever. It's like they throw everything into the main page of Disney Plus, and they segregate it out, like, to Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, National Geographic, Hulu, and ESPN with these little bottom things on the main page. But I don't know. I would like to. I don't know. I just think Disney Plus needs a better makeover with their website, but it is what it is. And I don't know, man. It's one of those things where I just wish that there were better things. And I think that episode, which episode was this that this happened in?
The third one.
The third one. Yeah, episode 3, Reckoning, should have had a parental warning or some sort of content warning. Okay, I know. I'm saying some sort of content warning.
But at the same time, Andor. I mean, how many kids were watching Andor?
Okay, I'm not okay.
I mean, how many adults were watching Andor?
I'm not okay. I didn't mean necessarily
but I know. But I'm just saying. Maybe they thought, well, nobody's watching this thing, so.
With how
Star Wars at all, like, isn't that one of the narratives right now? Is that Star Wars is not cool anymore, and kids don't watch it? Kids want to watch their whatever they want to watch. I don't know.
Well, maybe kid. I don't know.
Apparently, Michael Bay movie, Skibbity Toilet.
No.
Although I'm glad that he's moved off of our generation and is ruining the childhood for another generation.
Yes, thank God. You know what the sad thing is that, and no one ever if somebody ever sends this to me, I will hate that person for the rest of my life. There's a skibbity toilet. There's a skibbity toilet Funko Pop. No, thank you. But my point, I didn't necessarily mean a parental. What?
What's your address?
No. There's a.
Almost worth wasting the money.
There is a. I didn't necessarily mean a parental warning. I meant a content warning.
No, I know you did. I know you did.
With his how.
The thing is, like, I know
how in the public mental health is today, as it should be. I'm not saying it shouldn't be. With how in the public eye mental health is today, the fact that this made it into Star Wars at all is just shocking. Second of all, first of all, there should be something there specifically because it is Disney. And they just don't care. But then again, you go back to when did Lady and the Tramp come out? 19 something or other, or not Lady and the Tramp. Go back 31 years ago to Lion King when the dust settles, when they crash into the grass and the dust settles up and it spells sex in the stars.
Oh, they did that on purpose.
I know they did, but it's Disney.
Well, yeah, but they did that because it was Disney. Like they were being dicks.
I know.
But what I was going to say is, I know that you're saying a content warning. I understand that. I actually know a couple of women who are survivors from that. I do wonder. One of them is they both kind of like Star Wars. They probably haven't watched Andor, but like, I
wouldn't recommend it.
I've watched other movies with them where that subject has come up, and to see how they react to that, and it's just like, I don't know. For me, it's weird because I do think Andor handled it as good as it could have, as adult as it could have. But it's just the question of, at some point, and I understand the whole point of Andor is to be a grown-up take on Star Wars.
Yes.
But at the same time, it feels like, it feels weird. The whole reason we've spent all this time talking about it is because it's weird. And
it's very weird that it was...
At the end of the day, Star Wars is at its heart, Star Wars is a fairy tale.
Yeah.
And like you said, I don't know that we needed to take it that far. I think the lieutenant was creepy and icky enough as it was. I think there was enough of him suggesting he was going to abuse his power in that way without having to necessarily go full bore. This is not Game of Thrones; it's Star Wars, and
so I know that
it is weird. It's a weird asterisk to an otherwise masterpiece of the whole season 1 and 2. We've got to have this creepy, icky skin and talk about and it's all brought to, and I will not let go of the fact that it is brought to us by Disney.
I know, and it's horrible. And the thing of it is I know Bix is a kick-ass character. Yes. She is a kick-ass woman. She will fight back no matter what the situation is, for the most part. And
the wounds become the wounds are already starting to be apparent. It will become a little more apparent in the next arc. Okay. She does. Spoiler alert. She is strong and she will recover.
Yes. But me saying this is leading into me saying the first time he came around asking about her husband, I'm like, come on. He asked
her husband. He was hitting on her, and she said, "Yeah, my husband don't like that."
Right. That's what I'm saying. The first time he came around and she mentioned her husband, and like my first thought was when she mentioned, "Oh, my husband," my first thought was, come on, Cassian, get your ass back there. Now, I know Cassian is off doing what he's doing, and he's trying to get out of his own situation and everything else. And I know technically they're not husband and wife and all that, but everything else, but, charade, whatever. But the point was, I was like, that second time when the lieutenant came back and it actually happened, I was like, ugh, I really wanted Cassian to come. Like, I'm happy that she kicked his ass and did what she had to do to save herself. I'm not saying she couldn't. I'm not saying that Bix needed Cassian to save her.
And I think that was one of the things. I don't want to say redeem, but I think made that sequence a little more was that Bix took care of herself. It wasn't that she was rescued by a man.
Absolutely. No, I love the scene for what it is, but in the back of my mind, I was like rooting for Cassian to come back faster.
Yeah.
Not saying to just save her, but just to come on, Cassian.
Save everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
In the end, Barrasso gets killed.
Yep.
Like right when Cassian gets back.
Yeah. Oh, the end of that third episode, I was like, oh man, the whole thing doesn't explode. That's unfortunate.
The whole thing.
The barn silo. Like I was waiting for the silo thing to explode. I was waiting for the whole thing to boom.
Those things do blow up.
I know.
Although it was kind of cool that he fires on it and a ton of grain falls on the stormtroopers.
Yep.
And you see from his point in the cockpit, like you can see the little 3 lines that represent their life signs, and then they just fade out because they get crushed.
Yep.
That was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Neat little.
I love that ship. I don't think there could be in this show. I don't think they're going to have a better ship.
Oh no.
I don't think there's going to be an X-wing equivalent ever.
Sadly, no.
As much as I love the X-wings. Oh man, the first arc of Andor, season 2. I liked it overall. There's a couple of slow moments for me with all of the politics and the wedding stuff and all of that, but the action is great. The storytelling is really good. Outside of everything we just talked about with the one scene in the third episode.
Well, and then there's another critical moment. There's my favorite moment. One of my favorite moments of the whole season, and definitely from the first arc, is as I mentioned the whole subplot about Tay, Mon Mothma's friend, who's kind of degenerating, falling apart. And it's pretty clear he's kind of like threatening her in a real subtle way, blackmailing her. And she has this conversation with Luthen. And he's like, so how much does he want? And she's like, I don't know. We're going to talk about that. And he's like, well, we're going to have to do something. And she's like, I don't know what you mean. And he looks at her and he goes, that must be nice for you. Yeah. And that's such a great moment. Something like that. It's like, it must, that's good for you, or it must be nice for you. And so the third episode actually ends with a ship comes to pick up Tay, and it's the girl. It's Citra. It's the girl from season 1 who was girlfriends with Mon Mothma's cousin, who's also there, and it's she's the one that was hunting down Andor for a chunk of that season. And she's the pilot because the regular pilot's gone missing. Not gone missing, but just hasn't checked in today. Yep. So they fly off together as the music's playing, and basically, it's like a Godfather type thing. You never see Tay again because he got killed. He got killed. And it's weird. It's weird because we've been talking about this thing that they did show, and yet the show demonstrates incredible restraint by like telling you everything you need to know. This person is Luthen's assassin. She's the pilot for the car for Tay. They take off. They fly away. You never see him again. Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, Mothma just gets drunk and just starts dancing at the wedding. Her whole thing, her world is falling apart. Her childhood friend has to be murdered. Her daughter has been literally sold to a gangster.
I know.
It's just like, this is the price she's paying. Like, this is why I really hate the sequel trilogy and a couple episodes of Mandalorian season 3, because here we are watching this woman who is presented more or less as a very moral person, as a good person, as a person who's trying to do the right thing in a dark time, and she is sacrificing. I mean, it's like Luthen's speech last season about how he sacrificed everything. We're watching this person doing, like, Luthen already did that. Luthen already burned his decency, and she's in the process of destroying everything that she has and is to make a sunrise that she may never see. She does. Spoiler alert: Return of the Jedi. But like. And she is in so much pain. Yeah. And it all gets vaporized in Force Awakens. Yeah. It was nothing. And then in Mandalorian season 3, we see that they're incompetent dweebs. Yeah. It's just because Disney, it's just this person that we like and we root for, and she's doing everything. She's being a true hero. She's sacrificing everything. And I know down the road, like the tech asked, it's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
They get maybe 30 years of incompetent governance.
Yeah.
And then they're vaporized.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. Other than, so again, if you rewind all the way back to, I'm gonna say 1989, because I think that was when I was 9 years old. Is probably when I first saw Jedi. When I remember first seeing, many Bothans died to bring us this information.
Oh, don't be that guy.
No, but no.
Okay, go on. I'm sorry. I've seen a lot of whining about the Bothans.
No. I'm not. No. That's all I knew of her until we started watching this stuff.
Oh, anybody knew of her, really?
But right, exactly. But I liked her then, and I've liked her ever since then. And I liked seeing where characters come from. I always have, and I like watching her. And it just breaks my heart to see where she's going. Although my last note. That ending, she's just dancing the night away. Too bad she's not dancing on the ceiling.
No, well, it's an act of pain.
Yeah, I know. And
the Bothan thing is people are like, where are the Bothans? It's like the Bothans were the second Death Star. Please, please.
Yep.
Stop embarrassing us.
Yeah, no, I know.
I know you know. I'm sorry. It's just like I've seen.
I'm not.
There's a whole meme about all the stupid questions. That
No. I know.
Okay with sexual assault, and it's like Darth Vader's not going to be He's not going to even know some random lieutenant on some random planet.
Yeah,
like no one's telling him this stuff. I mean, just stop. He's not even part of the regular army. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
He's the Emperor's right-hand guy. He's not part of the chain of command.
Yeah. And that's what that's what I found interesting about this side of the Empire was that whole secret council thing.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was so cool. I was it
was weird that whole 1950s.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. There were a lot of real world things in these first 3 episodes that I was like, really? Star Wars? Like you said, Star Wars is meant to be a fantasy world, and there are a lot of real world things that we as humans do or have had in humanity that I wouldn't think would be in the Star Wars universe, and a infomercialtainment thing, like an info reel
for the movie kind of thing.
Yeah. I wouldn't think that would be in the Star Wars universe. Hell, I didn't think this type of music and dancing at the end of the 3rd episode would be.
Well, that's that music is from the 1st season when he goes to the
oh yeah, planet.
It's the same song.
Oh, that's right. It is the same song.
I wanted to differently.
Yeah. I want to talk about Stellan Skarsgård for a minute, Luthen, because, man, this guy, I have always loved Stellan Skarsgård, and I was trying to think back of when I first saw him in anything, and honestly, I barely remember him. He was in an uncredited role in Air Force One in 1997.
Oh, wow.
And then I don't even remember, what I remember about Air Force One is Harrison Ford and Gary Oldman and doing all that.
Get off my plane.
Get off my plane, blah, 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 blah. He was then Professor Gerald Lambeau in Good Will Hunting, which I remember the most.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, he's one of those guys that's been in everything.
Oh, no, I know. I'm getting
what
to
I'm
that.
saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying that as realizing that, not. Oh, you should know that. I'm like, oh my God, he was. I don't remember him at all.
Oh yeah, because he was. It was him versus Robin Williams as Sean McGuire. Sean McGuire. Yep, Sean McGuire was the character's name. He was Tappan in Amistad in 1997, which I saw Amistad in theaters.
I did too.
Yep. He's been in a bunch of other movies. I'm not going to list them all, but I will say Luthen kind of, sort of, almost reminds me of when did that movie come out? Where is it? Really? Oh, right. Kind of reminds me of Selvig from Avengers.
I was going to say the first time I really remember him was in Thor. He plays Selvig.
Okay. Yep.
But that's when the character's introduced is Thor.
Yeah. This is where the characters introduces in Thor. Yeah, it took me a while to get around to Thor. That's a whole other discussion for a whole other podcast. Out of all the Marvel movies, the Thor 1 and 2 I could do without. More Thor 2
definitely.
Yeah, more Dark World than the original. Thor 1 is fine, but the Dark World is But yeah, no, I just love the way Stellan acts, and just
it's even interesting. I saw I read an interview about he was talking about the monologue from the first season, the everything monologue. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I was afraid. I was going to screw it up. Apparently, he had a stroke recently.
Oh wow!
Before filming that, he was like, I was terrified I wasn't going to deliver it right, and it's like, son, you nailed it.
Awesome. Yeah, that was so cool. Anything else about this first arc, these first 3 episodes of Andor season 2, sir?
Well, of course, the other thing, to be a pathetic fanboy about it, the thing that really offended me about the 3rd episode and upset me, and I mentioned at the beginning, is that Andor shows up, he kills all the stormtroopers, he blows up the little transport, he rescues Bix and Willman, and then leaves BMO behind.
Yeah.
I literally I think shrieked the first time I saw it. Not this time, but like, what? But we do find out BMO's fine.
BMO's fine.
Spoiler alert: we do get back to BMO, and we find out he's fine. So he gets a good ending. He gets the best ending for the best boy, because he's a good boy.
Well, that's good. So that's
we should talk about. We talked about the scene with the Imperials at the something divide or something. The scene, it introduces the Gorman subplot. Mm-hmm. The ISB guys and the Ministry of Enlightenment, and the whole thing is this is like the crux of the season. Is there's a planet called Gorman, which is not a core world, but it's the next best thing. It's very important. It's very connected, and it has something called calcite, which is a mineral that the Empire needs. So, like they say, for the energy program, and because we know who Orson Krennic is, like you should figure out right away that when he says energy program, what he's really saying is the Death Star.
Yes,
you need it to power the Death Star. But in mining it, it will literally destroy the planet. And so their whole thing is, we got to come up with a way, because we can't just because we don't have the Death Star yet. This is the whole thing.
Yeah,
they don't have the Death Star yet, so they have to still kind of, the Senate can still possibly be a problem. So we've got to figure out a way to get this stuff, to get to get control of this planet without just sending the troops in. And the whole point of this conference is, I need you guys to come up with a way to do that. And then one guy's like, what about a plague? And it's like, well, we war game that, and it doesn't work. It goes out of control really quick. And the person who comes up with the plan is Deirdre. And she's like, what you need is opposition. And he's like, well, what do you mean? You need an opposition that does the wrong thing.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
And the whole thing is this will be the core of the next 6 episodes, is the Gorman thing. And I have so much to say about the Gormans. And the whole thing is their planet, like their big industry is fabric and fashion. Because they have these spiders that weave silk. And they're also very, very French. It is very French resistance. Like, in fact, there is an actual, they had the guys come up with a language for the Gormans. Gorman language.
Yeah.
The actors they cast were French, so that they would say this Star Wars language with French inflections and it will be very kind of like underground France during World War II. You'll get that vibe super, and it was intentional.
Oh. So we're going to have some Pujols in Star Wars.
Possibly. They love their spiders and they love their cheese. Magnifique. And another cool thing is, as the owner of the West End Games Star Wars role-playing game Rebel Alliance sourcebook, published in 1990, there is a bit at the very beginning. I will tell you this because everyone went into this season kind of knowing this. There's the beginning talking about an incident, and it's supposedly, now this has been changed. It was changed in Rebels, actually.
Okay.
But in the source book, they talk about the Gorman Massacre.
Right.
Grand Moff Tarkin, or Governor Tarkin, literally wanted to land, and they wouldn't land. They wouldn't let him land, so he landed his ship on people. Oh. And that was the thing that, according to the source book, was what caused Mon Mothma to leave the Senate. And that was 15 years before the Battle of Yavin. So, obviously, that doesn't track with current. Yeah. I'm just saying, keep that in mind as you watch the next couple episodes. Because in Rebels, there's the episode where she actually does leave, and it's because of the Gorman Massacre.
Yeah.
You've already seen that part, so I can't spoil. You
can't spoil.
You've already established you forget stuff, but
but that's the thing, though. It's most of this stuff is already known. And
I didn't know any of this stuff.
Okay, but
I went back and looked it up. I was like, "Is that really from the source book?" And I looked up, "Oh, snap!"
Okay, but I'm saying most of the stuff that's in the shows, that's in the movies, that's in the stuff that's already been released, people that have seen it, I don't know. And the fact that
get back to me after episode 4, 5, 6, 7. Get back to me after episode 8.
Okay.
Because I knew what was coming, but I didn't know what was coming. It's like kind of like Titanic, the movie, where you're like, yeah, the ship sinks and everybody dies, but you don't realize you're gonna which characters live, which characters die, what happens. One of those things, and also they it's interesting because this show reconciles the Rebels episode and the source book reference. Mm-hmm. It actually reconciles those, which I was like, damn. But it's episode 8 is probably the highlight of the entire season, and it is amazing.
Cool. Something to look forward to, folks. There you go. All right, so normal questions. How does this show compare to other shows within the same franchise?
I mean, it holds them down and makes them eat dirt. It is so much better than anything else that particularly modern Disney Lucasfilm has created. Yeah. And I will put the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian there too. I mean, I think they're close second, but because they feel more Star Warsy. That's my analogy for Andor. Is you go to a really good burger restaurant, if you're a Midwesterner, Steak and Shake. I don't know, coastal guys, I guess In-N-Out Burger. Yeah, but for some reason they have cashew chicken or sweet and sour chicken. And you're like, why is this at a burger place? And you eat it, and it's the best sweet and sour chicken you've ever had in your entire life. Yep. But you can't really say it's the best thing on the menu because it's a burger joint. Yeah. It doesn't really. It's amazing. It's the most amazing thing you ever had. But I mean, you really kind of got to give it to the double cheeseburger because it's Empire Strikes Back. It's a burger joint. Yep. So Andor is amazing, but it is almost. And I said this from a while. I've been excited for Andor not because it's Star Wars, but because it's Andor, because it's its own thing.
Yeah, it's its own thing. Yep.
It is way. I mean, Mandalorian season 1 and 2, really good stuff, very Star Warsy. So you got to give that. But Andor is just a level of quality because it just writing is so good, the acting is so good, and apparently the thing cost all the money, $300 million. It's all on screen. It looks amazing. It looks gorgeous. It looks fantastic. I love this. It has practical sets, not the volume crap. Right. And they went around Europe and found all these weird little locations that just look great on film. It just looks great. It is its own thing. It is its own standard. It is so much better than everything else that particularly modern Lucasfilm has done. and anything. Like I mean, it is my favorite TV show. Like it's better than anything I've seen in years.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. So this arc specifically, these 3 episodes, 0 to 5 with half points. What would you give these 3 episodes?
My thing is, I think our ratings might be a little different because I've seen the whole series,
right?
So I tie them into what comes next. So I'm going to give it a 4.5. I do think it gets better, but I also I can see the threads of the themes as they got carried over, as opposed to just being introduced to it cold. So I'm going to give it a 4.5.
Yep. I'm going to give it a 3.5 because I think we're just getting. I need room to go up because I think we're just on the tipping point of where the show is going to go for the next 3 arcs. So yeah, folks, you can watch this on Disney Plus. I'm sure at some point season 2 will be on DVD. I think season 1 is on DVD.
It is.
I think.
I have my steelbook.
Okay, you have your steelbook.
I will touch you if you come near it. Mine.
Wait.
My precious.
You said you'll touch us or you'll cut us?
I'll cut you. I'll cut you.
Cut you. Okay, just want to make sure.
Come near my Andor steelbook. I'll cut you.
Yes. Clarify.
It's appropriate because Circus is in that. So don't touch my precious.
All right. Touches precious TIE fighting avenging things. All right, folks, we're going to go to a podcast ad break. You can hear some podcast ads and some other stuff. We'll come back to close the show right after this.
Hello, geeks and geekettes. Looking for a podcast that covers a vast array of topics? Then check out Altered Geek Unleashed, where we discuss our thoughts on this week's geeky news, tech, gaming, television shows, movies, cartoons, comics, and more. So, get altered, get geeky with the Altered Geeks. Every Friday on the Geekcast Radio Network.
Are you missing entertainment in your life? Welcome to Captain Ruggles Gaming. Whether it's guides, roleplay content, or our shenanigans with our collaborations with the 20 years standing strong Fart Clan, also known as Fast Action Response Team, or the Wrecking Crew, we have something for everyone. So join us when we traverse the cosmos of space games, survive the undead in zombie games, or just having fun in first-person shooters or random indie games. Visit us now at geekcastradio.com and youtube.com/@Captain Ruggles, or Google search Captain Ruggles Gaming. It's game time, and I'll see you out on the battlefield.
Because the world needs another movie podcast.
The Geekcast Radio Network presents for your listening pleasure the Cinema Geek.
Hosted by Amanda, Kevin, Matt, and Dan.
Each week we dive headfirst in the landscape of movies as we discuss movie news, play movie games,
go in-depth on reviews,
and even have a top 10 countdown or two.
Also, don't miss our director retrospective series, where we review noted directors' movies film by film. Bottom line is, if you love movies and love podcasts, you need to experience the Cinema Geeks.
You can find us on iTunes or geekcastradio.com.
Hey Jared, I have this idea for a new show for the network.
What is it?
You know how I liked the 1990s comic book series, The New Warriors?
Yes. Yep.
And you know how at the Long Box Crusade we're trying to get the YouTube channel going?
Yes, also correct.
Well, thanks. So, how about you and me do a live stream show about the New Warriors? You've never read the books before, and I have them, and so that's a great setup. We could give it a catchy name like Come Out to Play. Don't you think that's the greatest idea?
Sure, Delvin. That's a great idea. Just one question.
Yeah?
Why do you have me dangling off this ledge, holding me by only one arm?
Oh, yeah. Well, you'll get it soon. I hope. Come Out to Play, a New Warriors podcast, comes to you live on YouTube every second Tuesday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern on the Longbox Crusade channel. If you can't watch it there, we replay them on the Longbox Crusade Network podcast feed, available anywhere podcasts can be found. We invite you to come along for the ride, or in other words, New Warriors. Come out to play. Yay!
We are Two Mikes, Too Furious, a podcast where we watch every episode of Transformers Animated and discuss from two different points of view. I'm Mike Seibert, and I've never watched Transformers Animated before, and guiding me on this journey is author Michael Andrews.
Hello! Yes, longtime Transformers Animated fan, serial rewatcher. I've seen it plenty of times.
So if you've never watched Transformers Animated but always wanted a reason to, now's your chance. Likewise, if you've binged the series several times, it's a great reason to watch through again with us. Because regardless if you're a seasoned vet or a newbie, there's something for every fan, because I ask questions. Why is Prowl such a dick?
So that he can be not a dick later, I think is the answer.
Subscribe to Two Mikes Too Furious on your favorite podcast app so you never miss an episode.
Are we coming off furious enough? I feel like we're not living up to the... Are we supposed to be like more angry, more fired up? We're really in a good mood. We really enjoy talking to each other.
Imagine a podcast that celebrates the things we love. Why spend time being so angry and cynical about our fandoms? Join me, the irredeemable Shag, for a show where we're just trying to be happy. The Once Upon a Geek podcast. Our discussions focus on a variety of geeky subjects that we're passionate about. While the topics will be ever-changing, our focus will be on science fiction, comic books, what it means to be a geek in this world, and other nostalgia-fueled ideas. Life is short. Focus on the positive. Find your joy. The Once Upon a Geek podcast, part of the Fire and Water Podcast Network.
On the Simplistic Reviews podcast, we talk movies. We talk TV. We talk...
Hello, Julie, what the heck are you doing?
Trying to make our spots sound more exciting by adding explosions.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could have got the point across with sound effects, not the real thing. Car.
Download the show on iTunes or at simplisticreviews.blogspot.com.
I'm sure your insurance company will cover that.
No, they won't.
No, they probably won't.
All right, folks, we are back here inside Studio 2009 on episode 156 of the podcast. I think that's going to do it for us. Any closing thoughts from you, sir, before I run through the outro?
No, I think we covered it.
Cool. More TIE Fighting Avengers, please. At least that one, anyway.
Defenders.
Yes.
Defenders forever. Avengers never.
Thank you for joining us here inside Studio 2009. If you'd like to get in contact with us, leave feedback for the show, there are several ways to do so. Visit the website geekcastradio.com, where you can listen to and comment on all of our content. You can also visit shop.geekcastradio.com, where you can buy our stuff like t-shirts and mouse pads and mugs and all that kind of stuff. You can send any email to feedback@geekcastradio.com. You can check us out on all the podcatching clients you choose to use, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. You can follow us on Twitter. Yes, folks, we still call it Twitter around here. At Geekcast Radio for the network, at ITS Studio 2009, all one word for the podcast. I am at TFG1Mike. Dave is not on Twitter.
No.
Become a fan on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Geekcast Radio Network. You can also check out Studio 2009 podcast over there as well. Join us next time when Dave and I will be talking about Andor Season 2, Part 2 here inside the studio with episodes 4 through 6. That's right, folks. It's an original trilogy. For now, I am TFG1Mike with
David Draper.
You'll hear us back in the studio soon.
What a swell party this is.